A few women were sitting together, chatting. During their conversation, one of them asked, "Is there anyone among you brave enough to sleep with another man in front of her husband? Not just that, but to do it right in front of him and still manage to get away with it?" For a moment, there was complete silence. Then, suddenly, one woman accepted the challenge and said, "I'll do it." The others warned her, "Think about it. This is a very risky thing to do." She confidently replied, "I've thought it through." "So, all of you should come tomorrow at the designated time and place to see it for yourselves." With that, the gathering came to an end. Dear viewers, this story is about to get very interesting. So, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch till the end. It's going to be quite an event. The next day, the woman went home and spoke to her husband. "Listen, you know we've been married for a long time, but we still don't have children." Her husband sighed. "Yes, I know. It bothers me a lot too." She continued, "Well, I've found a solution. I heard that there's a special tree deep in the forest outside our city. People say that if a husband and wife climb up and down that tree one after the other, they will be blessed with a child." Her husband's eyes lit up. "That sounds easy. Let's go tomorrow." The next day, she took her husband to a dense forest. Stopping near a large tree, she pointed and said, "This is the tree. We both need to climb to the top and come back down." Her husband nodded. "All right, I'll go first." But she stopped him. "No, I'll go first. Once I come down, then you can go." He agreed. "All right, fine." She began climbing. When she reached the top, she suddenly screamed, "You shameless man. What the hell are you doing?" Her husband, confused, shouted back, "What are you talking about?" She yelled, "I can see everything from up here. You're standing there, completely naked, and there's another man behind you doing things to you." Her husband was in shock. "Are you insane? That's impossible. How could a man even do that?" She kept insisting, "I can see it with my own eyes." "You're lying. I see you completely undressed, and there's a man behind you, going at it." Her husband repeatedly denied it, calling her crazy, but she wouldn't stop yelling. A few moments later, she climbed back down. Looking around, she saw nothing unusual. Her husband scoffed. "See? You were making a fuss for no reason. There's nothing here." She shrugged. "Maybe it was just my imagination. Anyway, now it's your turn to climb." As soon as her husband reached the top, the woman gave a secret signal. She had already arranged for another man to be hiding nearby, waiting for her cue. The moment her husband was out of sight, the man stepped out and immediately started doing exactly what was planned. Up in the tree, the husband looked down and saw it all happening. His face turned pale. He screamed, "You filthy, shameless woman! What the hell are you doing?" She casually looked up and said, "Me? I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here." He was furious. "No, I can see it clearly. There's a man with you, and he's... Who is he?" She smirked. "There's no one here. If you don't believe me, come down and see for yourself." By the time he scrambled down from the tree, the other man had already disappeared. The woman stood there looking perfectly normal, as if nothing had happened. Frustrated, he demanded, "What the hell was that? Who was that guy?" She calmly replied, "When I was up there, I saw the exact same thing happening to you. But when I came down, there was nothing there. I think this tree is cursed. Whoever climbs it sees things that aren't real." Her husband, still shaken, hesitated, then nodded. Maybe you're right." Meanwhile, her friends had been secretly watching everything unfold from a distance. The next day, when they met again, she proudly declared, "See? I told you I'd pull it off." All of them praised her, calling her the bravest woman they had ever seen. Morale of the story? Women can be incredibly cunning and manipulative,